Hello there, what are you expecting today? Because whatever you expect, that's exactly what you're going to receive. I noticed my phone goes between cool and warm. I don't know why it's doing that. It's possibly because of the uh, light in the room. I hope that is okay. I want to talk about the breath of life. If you watch my previous video where I talked about money and I mentioned the breath of life, I'm going to be honest with you, but that just came to me while I was in the flow of speaking to you about money. It's quite interesting how some things just come about. But when God created the man, he said, let us make man in our image. That is why you are a creator. That is why you must call things as they are, even though they're not. With the conviction that they will become. So let us create man in our image. Now, when God took dirt and shaped and molded the man, he said, then he breathed the breath of life. Life is in the tongue. And so I believe that what God did, it gave the man the ability to think for himself, because our thoughts are energy, and our thoughts is the power, and our thoughts are God. And with our thoughts, we create ideas, and ideas, we can paint a picture, we create an image. And so let us create men in our image. It's referring to give the men the ability to think, to imagine, and to speak. Now, we are all made out of the same substance. Your flesh is just like my flesh, the same cells in your body and in my body. How we mold this flesh, according to Dr. Lipton, he said that our brain is our physical body. You know what, according to Dr. Emoto, when you speak over water, it turns into certain molecular structures. You're 70% water. The whole universe is mostly water. And so when you speak, you're affecting everybody and the whole universe, which in essence, you're molding and shaping according to your words and images and what you speak. Thoughts, images, and speech. So when we talk about the breath of life, you are God and you are the clay. You're the potter and you're the clay. You're both. And so think about it this way. When we have imaginal acts, Neville Goddard teaches us to put in that person's eyes and in that person's mouth the idea or the concept or a sentence of what they would see in us. When we know that everything is a mirror, then you would say, well, if I was looking at myself in the mirror, what would I like to tell myself or see myself as, or with what would I see myself? The reason for that, it's because speech is the breath of life. Right now, you have no life. What does that mean? You don't hear from your partner or your bank account or your business or your client or your employee or whoever you've reached out to. You don't hear what you want to hear. You're not hearing it. Nothing is moving in your reality. You're working very, very hard, but nothing is moving because you're not using the breath of life. You are not putting life in your creation. What does that mean? You create your client. You mold and shape your client and you say, I want this type of a client and I want them to be this way and that way. And then you put the breath of life in their mouth, which means you put life in their mouth that eventually gives you life, because as they speak, so you become. All right. The breath of life in your client's mouth, you can put the breath of life in them. Now you are God. You're shaping and molding your client. Now, when you shape and mold your client, they become God themselves, because now they're looking at you and they're shaping you and molding you. So we're shaping and molding each other. But you do it all. So that it starts and ends with you. As you're putting out and you design your client, and what you want to hear from them. Remember that now you're the one hearing it from them. You put the words of life in their mouth, and they are as if they're saying them to you, and they come in your ear, and they're creating you, because your words go upon the water, and then they come back. Not after many days, you're going to find them. You're going to find them. They're not coming back necessarily. You're going to find them. You send them into the future, and your physical body catches up with it. So you're projecting it, and then you're catching up with the projection, but it's not a projection. It's a reality now. So when we talk about the breath of life, we're talking about the speech, the game of life, or the game of speech. What would you like to put in your client's mouth? You're God. How would you like to shape and mold your client? Well, I would like to have clients like this, like that, like this, like that. My financial mentor is very keen when it comes to creating his clients and how much money they pay and how do they pay and everything. You have the ability to shape and mold anything you want. So what would you like your client to tell you? That is what you must put in their mouth. When somebody reached out to you and they try to get you into their program or service, what did they do? What did they say? If they try to sell you, you would say, get away from me. I don't want that. Because they're trying to force you to say something that they have not initially put into your mouth. They're coming from a place of running after, not a point of creation. They're not coming from, I'm here to hear what I put in your mouth. I'm here to receive from you that which I have put in your mouth to begin with. No. You see, when we go into sales, we go from the wrong mentality or with the wrong energy. But when you go from the energy of, I've already shaped you, I've already molded you, and I know why you're here. And so then you think about it and you look at sales, for example, in a different way. You look at your clients in a different way. But you must give yourself life. Because as they're speaking to you, that's the breath of life. It brings this dead body alive. It makes you feel good to hear, yeah, I'll pay in full. Here's my credit card. You want to hear them being satisfied. Yeah, I can't wait. What would it take for me? Like you know that whatever you're going to say, they're going to come back with, okay, listen, what's it going to take for me to get within this program? Like, my mind's made up. Here's a credit card. I'm paying in full. That's what that says. They're already accepting it. They're already satisfied with whatever you might tell them in the sales call. So the breath of life is you having the power and the authority to put words in everybody's mouth. Mold and shape, because how you mold and shape them, they're going to reflect that back to you, or they're going to give you life and shape and mold your life. If you have clients and you have a program, $25,000 for a whole entire year of coaching, then you know that if every client pays in full, you know what it's like to make $100,000 a day then. All you need is 4 clients. And how would you feel now if you had the $100,000 a day? Would that make you feel alive? Yeah. What kind of life would you live from this place of you having $100,000 a day? What does that life look like? As you live from this place, as if you already have the $100,000 a day, how do you live today? What would you live like? This takes some time to think. Now you can look at your life and say, well, what would I like? If I have this freedom to set myself free and to attract clients to me, I'm only going to call in the clients that are with these qualities. Then you say, okay, well, if this is how the law works and I can set myself free, how free can I set myself? Well, I don't look at the gaps you have in your life. How much is your mortgage? Do you want to pay your house in full, car in full, trips in full? What would you like? Ooh, that's a lot of money. No, that's just a picture. That's just a picture of not having and now having and having more than enough. It's just a picture. It's just words, the game of life. If you say it's too much, then you're just playing the game against you. Your words are turned against you. Don't go back on your word. Keep going forward. Keep talking about what you would like and what would make you feel good and what will bring you life. That's the direction you must go. Let's stop going back into Egypt. Let's stop going back into slavery of our own thoughts, enslave ourselves. Let's go forward. I don't know how that's going to happen. Every word and image you throw forward, not after many days, you're going to go, bam, there it is. We just got to test ourselves with small things if we can't do the big things. But there's no small or big. Here's the law of relativity that says there's nothing big or small until you begin to compare it with other things. It's purpose that you're looking for. Why would I need $100,000 a day? Well, look at everything you have in your life right now. Where would you like to live? How many houses would you like to have? How many cars would you need? For the work that you are doing, for the purpose you have in your life, what would be convenient? How would you like to wake up? Which house would you like to wake up in and feel at peace? In the mountains, in the city, in a high rise? I don't know. What would give you peace? What will set you free? For the longest time, I was thinking about having a house in the mountains. And I said, oh, just to get away from people. But then I thought, wait a minute, I'm running away from something. I said, that's not a good mentality. I said, what I really, really want is to be able to be by myself, oversee the city at the bottom, walk in the grass, because I remember that's what I used to do in the summertime at grandma's house. So I've changed my perception. I'm not running away from people. But what I was saying in essence was, I want to be by myself because I want to write my books, coach, and do what a mindset coach and high performance does. I need that space. I need that place where my mind is always clean and pure and relaxed and at peace, because a lot of people depend on me. And so according to my purpose, I will pick the best house and car and everything. According to my assignment in life, according to my calling in life, to what I was called to do, then I am asking for that. And then I said, well, I actually would like to have a house by the beach. It would be nice to just have a few feet distance from the beach and be able to walk on the beach and sit there. And then I thought about the movie Frankie and Grace and Frankie, I think. And my daughter said, yeah, Mom, that house was very nice. And I said, yeah, I would like a house like that. Now, why would I like a house like that? I said, you know why? Because I don't want to run away from what makes me afraid. I want to go right where that fear is, because in its place, I'm going to put love. Now you might say, what are you afraid of? Water? Yeah, I don't know how to swim. I've never slept with ocean waves in my ear unless I was on vacation. But after a while, I began to get used to it. And I said, you know what? If I run away because I think something's fearful out there, how about if I just let in and give in and find something good about it? And then fear walks away, fear disappears. When you have something that fears you, find something good in its place and say, well, let me see if I can find something good there. You know what? The fear is gone. The fear is gone. So, the breath of life. How many times do we talk in a day? We're giving life away. We just give, but we have not learned how to receive. One thing, if you want to know me by, is I teach you how to receive. To receive, press down, shake it together, running over. And that's what we teach in our program, Manifest Without Money. We have 2 modules at the end. The power of authority, how to manifest more than enough, or double of something, or more than enough. And the power and authority that exists within you. So, that's all I wanted to say. I hope this helps. I hope this settles some things in your mind, like your Rubik's Cube is just settling a lot better now. And like I put myself right now on that house on the beach, and I completely forgot about money. When you really love something, especially when you go towards something that's fearful, and you replace it with fear, you feel like you're an overcomer. And not only that, but you have heard it being said before, go exactly towards your fear because that's where your breakthrough is. It is so, so true. There's no money involved anymore because you replace that fear with so much love that you don't fear money. You don't fear anything anymore. just fall in love with what you previously feared. And think about it. Why would I fear that house? What is there to fear? There's nothing to fear. Fear is division. And so as long as I run away from the thing that I think I can't afford or I don't want to be there, it's probably the thing that I'm supposed to go towards and put more love in it. It needs more love. You have not been perfected in love if you have fear. That means go there and give it some love. Find something loving about it, which in essence, you're eliminating and dissolving the fear inside of you. But we can talk about that in another video. So click the notification button below, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you within the program. Now, you don't have to get into it. I leave that up to you. If you feel comfortable, if you feel like it's calling you, then come within the program. If not, that's okay too. So thank you for being here. With much gratitude, this is Luminita. Bye now.